Hey everyone, it's Leon, and today we're going to be going over some tips for Golems B7. So the first thing that I want to start off with is if you're early game, I'd really recommend getting and using units that have the diamond slots in their little gem slots here. So reason being is because once you start farming Giants B7 or Golems B7, you're going to get all diamond slots, and so it's just easier for your monsters if you have those slots available, because that means you'll be able to power them up without having to do any other stages. Now there are exceptions to this because some monsters need square slots for crit rate, and we'll show some of these monsters here soon. So that's one tip. Another tip is to, once you're able to farm B7, I would recommend using a bulk of your Astro Gems to refill your energy to continue doing B7, because there is your first opportunity to start farming 6-star gems, and you know, those go a long way. And another tip being broken sets. When you're this early in the game, you'll notice on some of my monsters, you know, even here, they have broken sets where they don't have a 3 set for the set bonus at all. And that's okay, because once you start farming gems, that is the most important part, to get very good gems. They do not have to be in a set. At this point, the normal player might think, oh, okay, well, I want a full set of Valor, which would be this one. And yes, it does get it gives a 20% attack bonus, but you're probably sacrificing a lot of the base stats for lower star gems to create that set. You know, once you're early game, use broken sets and just put the best gems that you have on some of your primary monsters. So another reason to continue to farm Golems B7 is it drops high eggs. So, you know, if you farm it enough, you can collect eggs, and I find that it's more efficient to do energy refills and collect the eggs from Golems than it is to spend it on a 600 pack or a 10+1. So, you know, but that's just my opinion. And lastly is elemental advantage. If you're doing B7, obviously you want wood Astromon on your team, because they'll take significantly less damage being against, you know, water units. So we're going to take a look at some of the monsters that are very helpful and that are very easily obtained. So first one on the list is Mushi, or the Spore Fist. He is amazing. They just buffed him so that his 3-star skill gives him his full SP bar. Now the thing with the Wood Mushi is you want to make sure that he gets a square slot, because the square slot is the only way that you can put crit rate on him, besides like the crit rate set of gems and substats, of course. But you want as high crit rate as you can get because of his 5-star skill. Another thing is, if you farm enough and you get a variant, he has a very nice HP leader skill, which, you know, is kind of difficult to get. So that's good, and that can be really helpful. So other units that you could use if you're in a bind is the Wood Squirrel, or whatever it's called, that has defense down on both of its skills. It's not bad. It's not an amazing unit, but it'll definitely help you get through Golems B7. Some other units that you could use is the Wood Katyn. This one just has a cleanse, but it is a wood type and it's a healer, so that could help you get through B7. And I'm trying to think. We'll go over some of the 3-stars. So early game, I would recommend building a Wood Monarch or the Wood Mona. It's just a great unit, a very tanky unit that has some self-sustain, and with its AoE taunt, it can kind of keep the enemies from attacking some of your other monsters. So I would definitely recommend building one of them. Another option could be a wood Siren. So it has, you know, recovery up buff, which is, you don't see all that often, but is another wood healer option. Next, and one that I highly recommend, is the wood Miho. You know, just through summons, and if you farm the story mode at all, she's not very difficult to Evo 3. And this one has a defense down on the first skill and AoE stun on the 5-star skill, and a resistance leader if you get a variant. So that's what we're gonna use in our run today. So some other ones that I built, and I'm not gonna go too in depth, is the wood Seedler. This one's great for a sap team. Wood Kokomaru has sap on its 5-star skill, and I built him for doing B7, and he always worked for me. So a few more options, and then we're going to jump into the run. Is let's see, where is he at? Oh, the LeonHaart13. So this one's awesome because it's a 2-star monster, but its 5-star skill has increased allies defense for 3 turns. So that is amazing, and it has a great leader skill with the blue skill recovery. So I would highly recommend building one, and that defense buff is really great, it seems like, in this game, especially early game. So that's one I would highly recommend building. And we have some 3-star monsters here, like the Water Kraken. This one's great for a sap team. You can run Water Mona for a little bit of damage and defense break. And one of the more popular healers early game being the Water Siren. That's a good option. Water Lat's great. And even the Water Minicat with the shield on the 5-star skill, that could be an option too. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump into Golems B7. Okay, so here's the team that I put together. I have the Wood Miho for the leader skill with a little bit of resistance. We have the Wood Boltwing for a little bit of passive heals from its 5-star skill. It'll heal the party up. We have Light Kilobat for attack down and defense down on the 5-star skill. And I'm using Wood Hannah. And the Wood Hannah can be easily replaced by the LeonHaart13, but I don't have a LeonHaart13 built since I got Hannah so early on, so we're just going to go ahead and use her. But they work just fine if you use LeonHaart13. So we'll quickly go over the gems. Don't laugh too hard because the gems are awful. I'm running Wood Miho on attack, defense. I have the Wood Boltwing on Valor set, HP, attack. Light Kilobat I have on life set, HP. Though, since Light Gigabat is a defender, you know, you might want to put 1 or 2 different defense gems on him because his defense will scale better with gems than his HP, but either is fine. And Wood Hannah, who's probably my best gemmed, but I haven't worked on him too much, is protection set, defense, HP, and recovery. So if you want to go back and see any of the gems, just go back and pause the video. I know I went through them pretty quickly, but let's begin. Alright, so it wasn't the quickest run, but we got about 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And hopefully at this point you'll have probably better gems on your monsters than I had on mine. I didn't work on them at all before I did this, so it was just whatever I could put together. So hopefully this gave you some ideas on who you could add to your Golem B7 team. Those are just monsters that I recommend. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. As of now, I have about 670 subscribers, so I want to thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. Absolutely love doing this, and I want to keep doing it. So if you haven't already, show your support. Comment down below if you want to see anything else. I am working on a B8 and 9 video, so I'll have that out by the end of the week. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.